Hi everyone, welcome to Careervues interview series. I am Nancy. I'm a Dubai expatriate from 15 years with over 12 years of experience as a recruitment consultant. I'm the founder of Careervues.com. I have been working as a corporate HR consultant, career guidance expert and a blogger. If you are a fresh graduate who is looking to prepare for his first job interview, you are in the right place. Today I'm going to tell you 10 questions and their answers which you must talk about in your job interview. So before we start the video, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe to it and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any of the career tips. No interview ever goes without an introduction, and that's what the first question is about. If a candidate is being asked, tell us about yourself briefly. The best way to answer is starting with your native place, your education background, and if you have any additional qualifications. The interviewers here are trying to check how confident you sound while answering this question. So it's a good opportunity to start your interview on a good note. Here's a potential answer to this interview question. You could include some of your family details while talking about your professional skills or your university degree. Some of the additional tips are you should not sound that you are reading your CV. So do not say things which are already mentioned in your resume. Focus more on your achievement and qualifications. Keep your first answer brief and to the point. Do not try to elaborate or make it very boring. If your first answer sounds convincing, the interviewer quickly moves to the next question. Here they want to check if you have done any research about the company. So this question goes like, why do you want to work with us? Many candidates feel that it's a rude question, but in my opinion, it's not at all rude to know if a candidate has done his homework to know more about the company. The best answer to this question is generally related to company's vision, mission or strengths. One must do a research and understand how these things could help them in their own career growth. Here's an example of how you must answer this question. The main focus should be on the organization and how an employee can grow their career within the organization. So your answer goes like, I want to work for this company because of its excellent track record in providing quality services over a long period of time. I think your high standards can push me to be my better self, and your promotion policies can help me have a long and successful career within your organization. The next question looks like a very long time for a fresher. Where you are planning your probation or just waiting to get a job offer, this question comes as a bouncer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The purpose of hiring managers to ask a candidate this question is to understand how loyal you would be to the organization. What are your long-term plans and where do you see your career going? Here's the best way to answer this question as a fresher. My current goal is to find a career opportunity that ensures continuous growth alongside new challenges to learn from. 3 years from now, I see myself as an experienced, reliable senior professional. And 5 years from now, I assume that I'll be ready to take up managerial responsibilities. This way, you split your answer with your current goals, where you see yourself in 3 years, and what is your 5-year plan. The next question is very similar to where do you see yourself in 5 years. So here the interviewers might ask you, what are your long-term career goals? The recruiters mainly ask this question to see how far you see in the future and what you have planned. Could you be a job hopping candidate? The way you answer this question says a lot about your career planning. While answering this question, never give an impression that you want to just gain experience and then you wish to do something bigger in your future. Keep your answer aligned with whatever the current responsibilities of the job are. Show your trust in the company. Here's a scripted answer for your long-term career goals. You could always start it this way. My long-term goal is to work for a management position. One of the things I liked about the company is the fact that you tend to promote employees from within the organization. I'm confident if given an opportunity, I can grow my experience through working my way up to the managerial role within your organization. This aligns your goals along with the organizational goals. This question has always been my personal favorite. What are your greatest strengths? This gives a candidate an opportunity to highlight all the skills or qualities that one has. You could mention as much as possible. You could mention that you are a good motivator, you have problem solving skills, you can perform really well under pressure, but make sure you back your answers with all the necessary examples. Because the next question might be, can you tell us more about it, or can you tell us at a time when this happened, how did you reacted? The best answer to tell about your strength goes this way. Make sure to go through the job description while answering this question. Align all your strengths with whatever is necessary as per the job description. Here's an answer. I'm a fast learner with quick grasp of technology. I'm very organized and I never lose focus. Even if when I'm working under pressure, I'd like to finish all the tasks on my to-do list completely. My ability to learn quickly helps me hit the ground and rapidly solve problems. I also have good communication skills, which means I can communicate well at all levels in the organization. Based on my skills, abilities and experience, I know I'll be a great addition to the team. This shows your strengths and your confidence about how well you can perform your job. After strengths, it's time for the weaknesses. I understand it's the most dreaded questions for freshers, but I'll show you an easy way and give you some additional tips to answer about your weaknesses. This is one of the most popular questions that interviewers generally ask. So the purpose of asking this question is understanding how do you minimize your weaknesses and emphasize on your strengths. Or if you've had a weakness, what did you do to overcome that weakness? Never say that I don't have a weakness. We all have some professional lackings. So make sure you identify those and you start working on them so that you can back them up with examples. Here's an example of what you must say when asked about your weaknesses. You could always say that I'm trying to work on my time management skills. Sometimes I have difficulties and I end up spending too much time working or studying. However, this is something I constantly work on. I'm trying smart ways to complete my work on time with better results. Additionally, you could give an example of how you're talking to others who are assisting you with different techniques to work smart. As we progress in our professional career, we all get used to of handling pressure well. But for freshers, this question plays a very important role in how well they work under the pressure. The interviewer asks these questions to test your response to difficult situations. Because we all at some point in time in our career work under extensive pressures. By giving examples and the previous situations that you have managed will show your confidence in working well for the organization. Here goes a scripted answer for the same. I think pressure helps me stay focused and prioritize things. For example, in my final year of high school, I was pressured to get A+ in at least 3 subjects to get admissions for college. And continuing my extracurricular activities at the same time was an additional task. The pressure helped me organize my tasks and push me to succeed. You could always add any additional examples that has made you your better self while working under pressure. When you have seen it and done it all, this is not a necessary question, but if you are a fresher, what kind of work environment do you expect at the organization is very important to ask a person. So the answer to this question, you could always mention what is your assumption of an ideal workplace. It goes like, I'm expecting an open space office situation where everyone's working separately but also collaborating on various projects. This being said, I'm very flexible and adapt to my work situations and circumstances. Probation is like an entrance exam. Generally, the questions about probation are to be answered by the employer itself. But during an interview at times, the interviewer asks a candidate, what could we expect from you in your first 90 days? Here, they'll try to understand what is your strategy to successfully pass your probation period. To help you additionally, I have made a video on how to pass your probation period successfully. I'd be leaving a link in the description. Do check that out. The video might help you in understand what is a probation period and how you could ace your probation period and come out with flying colors. The scripted answer when somebody asks you about your first 90 days goes like, I'll work hard to determine how my job creates value for the organization. I won't only just stay busy, but I'll be busy doing and learning the right things. I'll learn teamwork and how to serve my department from my boss, my peers, through my external customers, suppliers, and vendors. I'll make a difference with customers, with other employees to bring enthusiasm, focus, and sense of commitment. I hope this answer helps you in your first 90-day expectations. This brings us to our last question, which is about what are your salary expectations. As a fresher, talking about salary is really an exciting thing, but it's a difficult task to do because it's a tricky question where interviewer has conducted an interview and he is convinced that you're right person for the job, but there is a right and wrong way to answer this question. So some of the tips are: never ask either for too less or too high salary package because you don't have a job experience. Either you could leave the ball in their court or be firm based on your research. You could ask them that you'd like to go with the organization's budget. At the same time, if you've done your research, you know the industry standards for the particular job role. Feel free to give a range about those. Leaving an open-ended questions for the interviewers always leave some room for the negotiations. You could always have a discussion based on the perks which are offered, your cost to the company, and how much you are making overall based on the additional benefits you are getting with this job. This brings the interview to the final round of conversation, where interviewers ask a candidate, "Do you have any questions for us?" The purpose is for a candidate to clear any doubts if he or she may have. Moreover, if you ask questions at the closing time of an interview, it shows that you are confident and you have really learned from this interview how focused you were during the discussion. So many fresh graduates also are very hesitant to ask questions to the interviewer, but it is always recommended to ask some relevant questions. Some of the examples of questions to be asked by a candidate to hiring managers are: can you tell me what my most important daily tasks would be if I am hired? Second question is, whom this position would be reporting to? What do you enjoy most working about this organization? What employee development programs are offered by the company? If you find your interviewers to be very generous and the interview going well, you could always ask them to give you a small tour of the organization. Lastly, I would like to share some of the closing interview tips for candidates. You must prepare a list of questions in advance that will help you get familiarized with the job role. Ask intelligent questions. Don't ask questions just for the sake of asking something to the interviewers. Right questions show your curiosity and they show that you have interest in the company. Avoid asking irrelevant questions such as duration of lunch hours, how often the company organizes parties, or how soon you will be promoted. This shows you as a greedy candidate who is not interested in the company or the job role, more interested in the perks. Based on your interview experience, make sure you send a thank you note. And do not miss to mention what you have learned during the interview. Make sure you mention any of the incidents that happened during the interview to stay on the hiring manager's mind. I hope you found my video useful. I'll be really looking forward to your comments and any of the questions that you may have for interview preparation. Do share in the comments if you want to know more about how to prepare better for interviews. For more videos about interview series by Careervues, stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Do press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you have not subscribed yet. Do share this video with any of your network who may need them. Thank you for watching.